And we are recording. So on behalf of LBS and Pulse Research, I want to welcome you to our webinar this afternoon. And this is a webinar, kind of a hands-on, a test drive, a overview of your new Pulse sales tools to access your broadcast COVID shopping information and assist and help your local businesses and obviously help you generate some additional revenue. I just want to reiterate a couple of points that I made as a reminder from our initial webinar we did. I've been in this business about 50 years, and I absolutely believe that now is the best time ever to help your local businesses. And the reason for that is, in the good old days, just not that many months ago, pre-COVID, most of the businesses in your community had a darn good idea what would be happening in the near term because they had history. They were able to look back to last year to see what would be happening in this coming July. So in a lot of cases, shopping information wasn't that material motivating to them because they were pretty confident they knew what would be happening. Well, obviously, with the pandemic, that has all absolutely changed. Every single business, the shopping patterns have been impacted, and virtually no business in your community with certainty knows what's going to be happening in the next 90 days. There's absolute uncertainty, and that's why Pulse asks the questions your business would ask to get a really good sense, crystal ball you will, for over 200 business categories on household shopping plans for the next 3 months. And because the businesses are facing such uncertainty, now with information about and for them, shopping for their business category over the next 3 months is extremely welcome, appreciated, and needed. Quickly, I want to go over the 3 support resources that LBS is providing you. Number 1 is the COVID impact shopping research, but by the way, is ongoing. We started the survey in March. We've got over 28,000 samples across the United States. The second part of the program is the ability for you and your team members to quickly access the COVID shopping information and quickly create a presentation and engagement to show your local businesses the opportunity for their business in shopping over the next 3 months. And then the third part is a training and certification program. There's a lot of elements to the Pulse program, and so we put together a simple but comprehensive step-by-step training program for your team members. Quick on the research. We just asked the questions the businesses would ask. We asked what a realtor would ask. You plan to change in a realtor? You plan to list home? Do you plan to buy a home? We asked the car dealers would ask. You plan to buy a new car? What make of car do you plan to buy? Plan to buy a used car? What services do you need for your car right now? Furniture store. We asked you plan to have a furniture store. It's really simple. We just asked the questions the businesses would ask if they had the opportunity to do their own survey. So once again, for those of you who attended, the original webinar last week, I just wanted to go over, and for those who haven't, quickly, the tools in your Pulse program to access the information and provide that engagement, that assistance and support. So the first one is the Pulse teaser, and we'll go live in just a second and show you how you can create a Pulse teaser. All of you now are live and ready to go. So it provides the business with hope. An example here of a teaser is almost 4,200 households who plan to use a remodeling contractor in the next 3 months. The role play is when your team members pick up the phone, say, I've got good news. We asked the questions you would ask. You plan to use a remodeling contractor. Here's what we found out. So just get them engaged with a little conversation so they quickly realize it's a survey about and for them. That's probably one of the most important things I've learned in over 2,204 sales calls is from that first engagement, first conversation, email, in person, is they understand it's their research. And then you ask, would you like to know more? Would you like to know more about kitchen remodeling plans, bathroom remodeling plans? And here's the beauty of it. They universally say yes today because they want to know. And that obviously gets the appointment, starts the conversation, and leads into the various programs that you have for their consideration. By the way, here's how we calculate it. We take the number of households that are in your signals reach times from the research, the percent who say yes. In this case, 4.5% said they plan to shop a remodeling contractor in the next 3 months. Then we've got the Pulse Flyers. This is great because it not only gives them what's in it for them, but as you can see here, it shares with them additional details for their business. This is where you can give them ideas on where they can get additional customers. And the benefit is now you know what to advertise. And then the third piece I'm going to cover live here is the break-even calculator. It's a really a very challenging world. Businesses, are literally, many of them hanging by their fingernails. Let's make it comfortable. Let's give them the confidence to say yes to a consistent program. So with that quick overview, let's go live. Okay? And so let me back up a minute, if I might, and just log in as you would. But that's the purpose today, is more of a hands-on. So you go to Pulse Research. .com/broadcast. And you were given by Pulse a username, which is your email, and a temporary password, Pulse. So you type in your email and Pulse. I'm going to log in this afternoon as a manager to share with you some of the functions and benefits of your managerial level access. So let's take a tour. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is click on your name in the upper right-hand corner. Then go down to Site Group Setting. This will provide the information and overview of what's in your program. In other words, the number of households that is in your signals market reach. We have the flexibility to put in multiple market reach options. So if you have different combinations, different stations in contiguous markets, we can put together the flexibility for your team members to create presentations based upon a range of market options. So that's number one, is take a look at and confirm your market options. You can take a look at your profile and make any changes there. The next thing I would suggest you do is click on User Accounts here. Then go down to Manage Accounts. And this will give you a list of both the administrators and the sales reps. And obviously this is a demo program. But it's very simple for you to add in real time a new user. You just click on Add User. You put in their email and note if they're a sales representative or a manager. It's as simple as that. The other thing I want to quickly point out for you is the Help section. So on Help, there's the Contact for Pulse, link to the training program. We've got a frequently asked questions, which is very good. We've got a report of bugs, so if you note anything, is amiss in the program, just click there and report it. We've also got a little goal worksheet. We're about getting results for you. And so you can click here and you can put in the number of team members, what an average, sale is worth, how many weeks it is, how many engagements, teasers or flyers, close percentage. We're averaging around 30%, 33%, excuse me. Then to the bottom, it gives you a projection. And I, when I was a sales manager, I lived and died by my numbers. There's a nice little tool here that's accessible from Help to outline what you'd like to accomplish with your Pulse program. So let's go to the dashboard and go over now some of the functions of your program. My first recommendation, I would suggest that every single one of your team members become Pulse certified. So you click here on the Pulse certification, and you as the managers will see in real time where your team members stand, their progress, the percentage of the training that they've each completed. And just as an overview, here is the Pulse Training and Certification Program. It's really quite comfortable, usable, because it starts out with first kind of an overview for you, the manager. Remember, I logged in as a manager right now. That team member would get a different login or different video to start. And then there's an overall video welcoming what works now, some suggestions. This is a really important one. Where do the numbers come from? A lot of team members are a little uncomfortable with numbers. And so I put together a little video that makes the numbers, the research, the projection, the opportunity for the business much more understandable. And by the way, the certification is accomplished by when your team member notes that they watched the video, they reviewed the methodology, they just click here, they reviewed the results, then, as you note here, they morally commit, yes, I did complete. I watched the video and I did the training assignments for this step. They click on confirm, and an email is sent to you that your team member completed this step, and then up at the top, their completion percentage would increase. And so in summary, I would recommend to each of you that one of the first things you do is go through the Pulse Training and Certification Program. That will quickly help you come up to speed on all of the benefits, functionality of your Pulse program. So it has prospecting, call planner training, teaser, getting the appointment, using the flyer, needs analysis, how to close, reporting, wrap up, and then ongoing use of your Pulse program. And so it's handy right from the bottom of the dashboard, or you can access it up here, under help and training. Okay, so two different places to access the training. So now, obviously, one of the major benefits of the Pulse program is finding you some hot prospects. We have 3 different prospecting tools for you. And remember, this is a live site. You guys, each of your programs are live and ready to go right now. And so the 3 prospecting tools are the COVID Business Guide, which are the business categories that have seen an increase because of the pandemic. We've also got prospecting. They can set up, your team members can set up a map of their territory, and a very popular one is hot prospects ranked by actual results. Well, let's first take a look at the business guide. And these are the business categories that have an increase because of the pandemic. Where did we get that? Well, we compared the results of the COVID Impact Survey back to, my God, this January, the survey we completed. And these are the businesses that had an increase. And it makes sense. Businesses that relate to home have definitely seen an increase, like a lumber yard, a remodeling contractor, a hardware store. Why? Because people are still at home. And they're looking at that old sofa. They're thinking, well, this bathroom no longer works. Again, we got too many people. Let's remodel the bathroom, etc. And so you've got a list for your team members right at their fingertips to find prospects, in this case, business categories that have increased. Then we've got a more comprehensive guide. These are the business categories Pulse would suggest because of COVID and what we're hearing from other clients around the state. So we've got financial services, general services, professional, grocery, home goods, contractors, etc. Okay? So now, how does your team member find a specific prospect? Let's click here on a good one. Let's click on hardware store. We click on hardware store, and up will come, default to your area, a map of hardware stores. This is just a simple Google mashup. Can you change the zip code? Absolutely. So you can put it in an adjoining zip code, you can type in the name of the community, etc. You click here, and an ad rep can create a teaser, a flyer, or an account. It's as simple and as fast as that. Let's take a look at a couple of your managerial functions while we're here. So click on a couple of these hardware stores, okay? And then what you can do as the manager is once you've identified, tagged a store, business, in this case hardware, you click on Manage Your Action, and then you can assign that account to an ad rep, and they'll get an email from you saying that you want them to engage, create a teaser or a flyer. The other thing that you can do is you can add these businesses to your team members' call plan or prospect list. So you have the ability to engage, either assign or add them to your team members' prospect list. So let's add these businesses I just tagged to the call plan. So I come up here, I'm the manager, I click on call plan. And at your fingertips is the current live prospect list or call plan for each one of your team members. So as you scroll down, you'll see each one of your team members, okay? And their prospect list. You can reorganize the list by day, okay? And you can see where they stand in terms of their progress, of the sales steps, okay? Now, how does an ad rep update their call list and record their activity? As you can see, I mouse over and it just says record activity, okay? Very simple. So what type of call was it? Okay, it was a phone call. They could also do in-person, text, online meeting, etc. What was the purpose of the call? It was cold call. It was new business. What did I present? Okay, I presented, let's say, broadcast only. Okay, and it was a special package. Okay, what's my next step? Get a contract. Okay, when? Contract, let's say a spec spot. When? Let's say next Monday. Okay, and then the ad rep can put in some notes as a reminder. When they click on a specific calendar, it adds it to their calendar so they don't forget. So it's as simple as that for one of your team members to add their activity to their call plan. But the beauty of it is you as managers, even though they might be working at home, and you all are virtual right now, you have the ability to engage and make assignments, add it to their call list. They, of course, can add the businesses to their own call list, and you can see in real time where they stand. The ad rep also has the ability to very quickly, they got the call list right here in front of them. They're at home, they're on their computer, they look at their screen, I'm going to make some calls here, they click on View Teaser, and up comes the business name and the phone number right there. They have what to say, to engage the conversation. We've got an example email. They can cut and paste or print the teaser. And once again, the teaser is so incredibly effective today. Why? Because it gives certainty to a business instead of the uncertainty that they're facing. A while ago, I mentioned in the overview of the program, when you click on your name and your audience site, that are your different markets, this is where your team members can access and change it. So you've got different market segments geographically. No problem, it could be in a drop-down list here for you. Then they can always add a custom audience, okay? So it's easy as that. And so now let's go back to the dashboard if we might. So click off here. And then the other prospecting tools that they have available for them, the businesses ranked by the actual use and results the ad reps use in our program around the country. Every time an ad rep creates a presentation like a teaser flyer, it automatically records that. And then what they put in what happened, then we're able to record the close ratio, average sale, and the sold rank. So once again, why is this important? Because your team members can click on sold rank. And this will give them the low-hanging fruit. It's a great prospecting tool. It is real time, and it's updated on an ongoing basis for ad reps using the program and entering their results. It's very unique. And so once again, they can pick a category like dentist, number 10 most sold, click on find, and up will come a list of dentists for them. Then they can just click on and click and create a flyer. It's as simple and as fast as that. And there's their flyer. Can they edit the flyer? Absolutely. So they click on the editing tab. And this is a beautiful thing. They can do a Zoom webinar, or if they're there in person on their tablet or a phone, Nobody else has the ability to be that full consultant. So with the dentist in this example, they can also, what else would you like to know? Well, I'd like to know about dentures. I'd like to know about oral surgery, okay? I'd like to know about inlays. And so it gives your team member the opportunity to access the research. So all the research is right at their fingertips. So even if they say, well, I've got a cousin who wants to know about hot tubs, you just type in hot tubs and there you go, okay? Hot tub, new and used. It's a remarkably effective tool to engage with the business. So once you've got it, set up with the business, you can email it to them, you can print it. It's just a web page. You just save the web address here and send it to the business. So my recommendation is engage with the business. And by the way, if they're out in the field and they run into that nasty gatekeeper, my suggestion is that they take their printed copy, put it into a white envelope or a colored envelope, but make it a plain envelope, and write the business decision maker's name on it and give it to the gatekeeper. It's getting extremely effective results in breaking through. Okay, so now back to the dashboard, if we might. And so they can also click on map and up become a map of their territory. And all they have to do is just zoom in, okay, if you will. And then, there we go. And then they can click on the tag button. They can click on add, and they can write in their name, and then they can make this their home view. So when an ad rep uses the program for the first time, they can put in the zip code here that they want, or the name of the community. They can zero right in, however they want to look at the map, and then they click on the tag, they name their view, and they save it. And so from that point on, every time they use the mapping program for prospecting, it's zeroed right in to their territory. So that's an overview of the 3 prospecting tools. Quickly, we showed you the teaser and the flyer. They can also access the teaser and flyer right here. Another extremely effective resource in your Pulse tools is the break-even calculator. I have heard from so many clients in the last month or so that now more than ever, this simple little tool has become extremely beneficial. And the reason obviously is the businesses in your community are hurting. And so all they have to do, they can show this on a Zoom screen, or they can do it in person on a tablet or a phone. They just write in the cost of the campaign, like $6,000. How many weeks is it? 13 weeks, let's say. Ask the business, what's your customer value? What would a household spend, over the next 12 months? Well, about $2,500. What's your cost of goods? What's the furniture cost? Okay, what's it cost to provide the dental service? Well, about 65%. You make $875. All you need is just 7 customers over 13 weeks. I would highly suggest that your team members become comfortable, do a little role playing with each other. Obviously, it's in the Pulse Sales training. This is a great little resource and tool. If the business says, no, I don't think I'm going to get 7, well, I would go over, the repetition, the consistency of your 13-week package, and then say, after that number, of repetitions, how many minimal customers do you think you get? Worst case scenario, well, I think I'd get 5. Okay, 5. Well, 5 times $875, their net customer value, that's a $4,400 campaign they just agreed to. It's a really simple but very effective tool in today's world. In wrap up, I want to show you a couple of reporting elements of your program. Every ad rep, when they log in, at the bottom, they will see their presentations. When you log in as the manager, at the bottom of your screen, look at this. You will see every one of your ad reps. Remember, in this demo site, there's only 2, but you will see all of yours, and every presentation they've created. It's as simple as that. And you'll see right over here their status. This one has been sold, this one was created, this one was presented. Okay? The other way to look at your team members' use and results just click up here on Report Team. And you will see a list of your team members. You'll see the percentage that they've completed the training. And then when you click on a team member, you will see a live report on where they stand on the presentations. And so you see them in chronological order. You see when they engaged with the flyer in this case, they sold it. They sold it for $6,000. It gives you real world on top of, you can even click and see the presentation and edit the presentation. And by the way, yes, you can sort the report by whatever time filter you would like. So you could put in, what have they done this week, okay? And you will see in this case what Jane has done this week. So it's your tool and resource to stay on top of. And let me just say, from our most successful clients, around North America, when managers are on top of the program, important to you, it's going to be darn important to them. Quickly, accounts. You can go to accounts, you can add accounts, okay? And your team members can, right from accounts, add to their call plan. They can create from the call plan, or they can add a new account. And yes, you can download a spreadsheet of the accounts. And so in closing, I want to say thank you on behalf of LBS and the Pulse team for the opportunity to join your team and do whatever we can to assist and support you. If you have any questions or any way I can assist you, my email is marling, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, at pulseresearch.com, or send an email to support, S-U-P-P-O-R-T, at pulseresearch.com. So thanks again for the opportunity to assist and support you. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.